Ah yes, NBA draft player comparisons. Not exactly an exact science. And now with the one and done era in full effect, players are coming into the league younger and younger every year and with less and less tape in which to properly evaluate them with. Now for the most part, I don't blame people for getting these player comparisons wrong because it's not an easy thing to do, and as I said, it's getting more and more difficult all the time. But sometimes they are so wrong that they just have to be pointed out. Starting off the list, we have Trey Burke. He was compared to Kemba Walker and Kyle Lowry. Now I can see where they were going with this one, which is why it's only number 5. Smaller guards that are serviceable shooters, but are crafty and get in the lane without peak athleticism. But it's pretty easy to see that this one was a miss. Burke's career never really got off the ground with the Jazz. He was traded to the Wizards in 2017, signed with the Knicks in October of the same year, was waived 3 days later, and is now with the Knicks G League affiliate in Westchester. Meanwhile, Walker and Lowry are the best players on their teams and borderline all-star performers every year. It's not quite the same. Next on the list, Ben McLemore. He was compared to Ray Allen. This one actually looked pretty promising in the beginning of McLemore's career with the Kings, but after an uninspiring end to his rookie contract, he signed with the Memphis Grizzlies this past offseason and has had his worst year as a pro. It's tough to put everything on McLemore as he's played for an astounding 6 coaches in his 4.5 years in the league, but the contract he just signed may be the last in the NBA for the quote, next Ray Allen. Meanwhile, the actual Ray Allen is a surefire Hall of Famer that is near the top of a number of career shooting categories in NBA history. Now we move on to Nuggets point guard Emmanuel Mudiay. He was compared to John Wall. Now I really struggle to understand this one. I mean, I guess they went with the thought process of big athletic point guard that struggles to shoot and happened to come up with one of the best guards in the league as a comparison for a guy that statistically had one of the least efficient rookie seasons of all time. Mudiay's per-game numbers have declined every year he's been in the league since, and has been in and out of the rotation at times this season. Meanwhile, John Wall is arguably one of the best point guards in the league. I struggle to see the connection. Next up is Pistons wing Stanley Johnson. He was compared to Kawhi Leonard and Ron Artest. Again, why do we have to shoot for the moon with these? At the time of the draft, Stanley Johnson was seen as a strong defender with an NBA-ready body and a developing three-point shot. I get it. But to compare him to a perennial MVP candidate and one of the best perimeter defenders of all time, in his 2.5 seasons in the league to this point, Johnson has never shot over 38% from the floor or over 31% from 3. And though he may be a strong physical defender, Leonard and Artest both did and have provided much more than that in their careers. And at the number 1 spot, we have Steven Adams. He was compared to Byron Mullins. This one tops the list because it's simply hilarious how different these two players are. Mullins struggled to find an NBA home for his entire career and ended up playing overseas relatively quickly. The most success he had was with the Charlotte Bobcats as a stretch shooting big man. Meanwhile, Adams is one of the best rim protectors and defensive big men in the league, rarely takes jump shots, and has never even attempted a 3 in his 4.5-year career so far. In the year Adams was drafted, in 2013, that was the offseason after the year in which Mullins launched 4 threes a game for the Hornets. I mean, what are we thinking? And there you have it, those are the top 5 worst modern NBA draft player comparisons since 2013. If you guys liked the video, please be sure to leave a like rating down below. And if you'd like to see more videos just like this, please be sure to subscribe as well. I will see all you guys next time.